Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at from Transformers Legacy Evolution. This is Deluxe Class Crashbar. Another figure I'm super excited to get opened and reviewed. So let's take a look at the package. First and foremost, you have Crashbar there in the open box. And a very cool image of him in his motorcycle mode. And you have your logos down the side. You have your QR code on the top. A more detailed image of Crashbar in his robot mode, looking very, very cool. Close up of his head. Really love the way the head turned out. And you have your product info on the bottom. You have your standard Legacy Evolution artwork on the side. On the back is where we find our product images. Crashbar. He converts in 15 steps to his very cool looking bike mode. And his Evo Fusion gimmick is much like we saw with Scrap Hook. He kind of pulls apart. Can be armed up or combined with other figures. So very, very cool. Can't wait to get this guy opened and looked at. So without further ado, let's get this Crashbar opened up. See what he's all about. All right, here we have Legacy Evolution Crashbar out of the packaging. And before we get into his details, let's take a quick look at his accessories. Now, much like Scrap Hook, these did come loose in the box, and you just have to kind of add them on. So first and foremost, we get these little sort of, I don't know what you call them. They're done that sort of rusty orange plastic, sort of pipe pieces, or I'm sure they fit in the vehicle mode on the motorcycle parts, but they look like sort of mufflers or whatever. But they can act as guns or whatever. I mean, this guy has tons of playability, so you can pretty much do what you want. But the instructions do say to just plug them in on these back ports here, and they sort of give him a nice silhouette there. So those just plug in on the back, and that gives him some nice kind of pipe sticking up from the back. So very, very cool. And also he does come with these two guns, again, motorcycle parts, but it can be added as weapons, and they're done in sort of a gray plastic. These are not too detailed. There's not much going on here, but he can, the instructions say you can kind of plug them in and use them as blasters. So those just plug in like so. There are a couple different ways you can hold these, but the instructions do say to hold them like this. And that's actually very cool. They are blast effect compatible, so you could throw some blast effects in there and actually act as some pretty cool weapons. So that is the accessories there. So I'm just gonna take off the blasters. I'll keep the sort of pipes on the back, so I really like the way that looks. So just taking off these for now, putting those aside, and let's get into Crashbar's details here. So this guy looks so cool. I don't know about you guys, but this really head sculpt reminds me of Marvel. I think it's Galactus. I don't know. It just has like the way the horns are sticking up. Reminds me of that. But anyways, a very cool Junkion head sculpt here. You got the big crest there. You get some nice silver, kind of gunmetal gray paint for the face. You get some red for the visor. And the helmet looks really cool. Some really nice sculpt detail. And all over the place too. These figures are just bang up jobs. You get some little nubs there, some little spikes sticking out in red. You got some really nice sort of goldish yellow paint here, and then some nice red paint here. Some nice bike detail, nice Autobot logo. I really like the striping effect there. You get some nice red paint there. And very nice molded detail on the abdomen section there. You get that sort of brown paint. I really love how they, all these figures are very cohesive, same sort of color schemes and things. Not much on the arms there, but going down the figure. And I love how like both legs are totally different. So you can obviously see like the bike seat here, and then like the bike, like the gas tank here. But very cool. Again, that sort of yellowy sort of gold paint there with some really nice flame detail. We'll definitely see more in bike mode. Again, some spikes on the feet there, done in red, a little bit of yellow paint right there. And again, the feet are very different. You get some nice sculpted toes on this one. And then this is more of just a kind of a block piece there, a little bit of sculpted detail, but yeah, all over the place. Some really nice detail on this figure. Everything else is done in that very nice sort of dark gray plastic. And he feels very good. He feels tight. He feels solid. Doesn't feel loose at all. There he looks from the back. He's got his big, bike tires kind of sticking out, but hey, it's to be expected, right? So anyways, yeah, that is Crashbar's details. So very, very cool. Some nice detail on there. And just doing a quick comparison of him and Scrap Hook. This is Scrap Hook. Now, Scrap Hook definitely looks like a little bit beefier. He's definitely got some more like mass to him. Crashbar is a little bit skinnier, a little scrawnier. And yeah, I'm very curious how they compare it in their alt modes. But that is a quick comparison of Scrap Hook and Crashbar. And I know I'm going to get these two mixed up during the video review, so please forgive me if I do get them mixed up. But anyways, let's pause and get into Crashbar's articulation. Okay, articulation is as follows. And this guy being a sort of figure that you can kind of pull apart and do, there's tons of playability with. There's going to be, it's going to be a lot more posability with just like a regular deluxe figure. But anyways, the head is on a ball joint, looks like right there, ball joint. So you get some really nice up and down movement, side to side. Very expressive head, goes all the way around. And it's not really loose, but I think it's just really, just very posable. So some really nice expression on the head. The arms can go the full 360 there. It does have a hinge, a little bit of a hinge out like that. And then as you saw, this can kind of, for transformation, come out. So it's kind of like a reverse butterfly hinge there. But he has some nice movement on the shoulders that can hinge out there. He's got an upper bicep swivel there, which is on the mushroom peg. So just be careful. I tend to do this whenever I do the articulation portion. I think my battle trap video too, I did the same thing with the waist. But anyways, there is rotation at the upper bicep, and there is a over 90 degree at the elbow for transformation. There is wrist rotation, and there is not much else. There's wrist rotation, not much else on the hand. So that is the articulation for the arms, just putting his arms out like that. There is a really, very, very tight waist rotation, not even exaggerating there. And then he can do the full splits, and he's got some very deep kicks going backwards and forwards. And this does get a little hindered by the tire here, but he does have about a 90 degree at the knee. Just putting that back there. He does have an upper, let's see, whoa, as his leg falls off. Again, there is a swivel there because of that hinge, and there's also some movement. There's a hinge at the hip right there. So you do get some nice movement there. Let's see if I can get this back down. Okay, and then, so we saw that on the knee. And then toe articulation, front and back, again, because of transformation. And you do have a little bit of, I don't see, is there ankle pivot on this guy? Let's see. He has it on this foot. There is a pin right there that allows him. This one, let's see here. It doesn't really look like he has, okay, it's really, really tight. But again, it's not as, I don't think this foot doesn't really have the ankle, a little bit. There we go. That pin right there it allows for a tiny little bit of ankle pivot, but not much. This side definitely works a lot better. So anyways, that is the articulation portion for Crashbar. So let's get this guy transformed into his alt mode. All right, here's Crashbar all transformed into his very cool motorcycle mode. And the transformation is pretty much what you'd expect with a bike transformer. But anyways, let's take a look at the details. One thing to note is this thing is very, very solid. As this piece moves. These pipes under here actually connect onto the, they plug in the hands, and they also connect onto this piece, so that stays very, very tight. And also the side saddlebags plug in onto the main body and also on the top of the wheel, so everything is very, very tight. It feels really good, very solid. There's no like floppiness or anything. There is a little bit of articulation for the wheel here on the front, and the wheels do spin. And let's see if I can get him to roll here. He kind of rolls. Not bad. There is no kickstand, but he stands up just fine. So anyways, taking a look at the details, some very nice detail. You get the handlebars there. You get some nice spike details there. We saw it in robot mode. Again, the little lights there, a little yellow paint, some spikes for the fender there. Some nice detail on the forks there. Some nice detail on the wheels. A little bit of spike detail on the wheels. It would have been nice with a little bit more paint on the wheels maybe. You do see some chrome for the engine block there. Some nice yellowish gold paint we saw in robot mode again for the gas tank. You get some nice red paint for the flames. Going down, you get the nice gunmetal gray plastic. You get the saddlebags there, and then you can see sort of the back there. And again, very cool. I could see arming him up with some, I don't have any blast effects handy, but you can put some blast effects there and make him look like he's speeding down the highway there. So very, very cool. All in all, a very nice motorcycle mode. So anyways, bringing in Scrap Hook for a quick comparison. There is Scrap Hook, and there is Crashbar. I'm not going to do the Evo Fusion gimmick because I think it looks ridiculous. I will just show you in the instructions here. Here we go. The Evo Fusion gimmick is basically taking the back of Scrap Hook, taking both the front and back off of Scrap Hook and putting in Crashbar, the bike mode. And I think, I don't know, you tell me, does that look cool? I think it looks a bit ridiculous, but I think more the playability of this figure is taking this thing apart, taking Scrap Hook apart, and then making just like one combined mode. There's so many people who have come up with these brilliant combinations, and I think the main point to these figures are just to pull them apart, and the playability aspect is just, unlimited. So I think that more than the Evo Fusion gimmick is much more interesting in my opinion. So anyways, let's leave you with my final thoughts. Okay, so some final thoughts for Deluxe Class Legacy Evolution Crashbar as he spins around on the old turntable here. I'm just going to leave him in his bike mode. Added some blast effects. I also added some parts from Scraphook. And I think the beauty of these figures are just, the playability aspect. It's so much fun taking them apart, building something, adding, arming up other figures. That Evo Fusion gimmick I think was kind of lame, to be honest. I think there's just so much more and so many better combinations you can get with this guy. So anyways, a really fun figure, tons of playability. If you picked up Scraphook, this guy is a no-brainer. So definitely highly recommended. If you guys find him, definitely pick him up. You won't be disappointed. Anyways, this has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching. This has been the video review for Transformers Deluxe Class Legacy Evolution Crashbar. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.